Matthew Heimbach, the leader of the White Student Union at TYT University, headed to Washington, D.C. to launch a counter-protest against people who are protesting for May Day in terms of labor rights and things like that. He brought Confederate flags and other right-wingers and racists. And of course, conflict ensued. There's videos going around, but what I want to get to, not just the yelling back and forth, it's what happened to him, which is unfortunate, but it's funny. Let's read a quote that he gave to CNN. He says, "We were here to protest communism and to stand up for the blue-collar working class. And then I got urine thrown on me." So it shows really how tolerant these people are. So bags of urine were thrown around. There were also poles of some kind thrown around. That's obviously unfortunate, but it's even more unfortunate. Who brings a bag of urine?
Totally.
Like,
How do you?
at some point, I'm going to chuck
Hey,
it.
don't pee in the toilet. We're going to the march tomorrow.
Just chugging water
You
beforehand.
fucking idiot.
There's no way bringing a bag of urine doesn't at some point backfire on you.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
bump into somebody.
I mean, yeah, 2 out of 3 bags of urine burst in the backpack. Okay, let's just be
If
honest.
it's bursting, you know there's no way that a guy can urinate directly into a bag. Like, you know, you're going to be like, yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Now, look, this Heimbach maneuver kid, we don't like him. He's White Student Union. He's an idiot.
The
et cetera.
commander.
Oh, right. He likes to call himself the commander. Commander Heimbach.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
Of the Night's Watch.
Yeah. But don't throw urine on him. Okay. Yeah. Of course, it's ridiculous and needless, right? It needlessly makes him a victim when he's not.
Exactly.
He's a jerk, right?
By the way,
It's what he wants.
Just for the record, are we sure that's true?
That it happened?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
I mean,
true.
they're
I mean, he's
reporting
saying
it,
it,
yeah.
so maybe he might be making it up.
I mean,
CNN is saying bags of urine and flagpoles were thrown, but they also might be relying on him as a source.
No,
don't know.
they're the most trusted name in news. So.
blue-collar workers in this country never had it better, ever, 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 than when most of them were unionized. Right? That's what this
Yeah.
celebration is. You want to stick up for blue-collar rights, Commander, officer, then you got to be a pro-union guy. That's literally what helps workers.
No.
So there's this amazing stat that I shared on May Day about pre-1981, 1917 to 1981, the bottom 90% actually gets about 69% of the gains of wage increases, right? 69% for the bottom 90%. It's less than 90, obviously, but we get the top 10% is going to get more, right? But they got a lot. You know what percentage of the gains they got from 1981 on? And since then, obviously, there's been a lot of factors, one of which was that Reagan crushed the unions and the union participation has been going down. They've gotten 4% of the wage gains since 1981.
The
bottom
bottom
90.
90% has gotten 4% of the wage gains since 1980.
Right. And the top 10% has gotten 96% of the gains.
And what was it before?
It was 31.69.
With the
Top 10% was only getting 31%.
right.
Now they're getting 96%. Okay, so this idiot thinks he's for blue-collar workers because he's going to be against the communist unions. You don't know what you're talking about. But of course, you started a White Student Union. You're
wants
an idiot.
publicity.
Yeah, and the thing that bothers me about, among other things, it's wrong, yada, yada. And the other thing is, if you throw the urine bag or poles at him or whatever, he gets to do the one thing that he most wants to do,
What John
which is,
is.
become a victim.
Become a victim.
Yeah, and because these guys, it's all about projection. You know how they're like, oh, the left with their victimology, and they all want to be victims. Bullshit. They want to be victims. Yeah. And the minute there's any kind of urine in the air, they're like, oh my God, I got a golden shower, I'm a victim. Okay, and so
Maybe that's how the Golden Dawn should function.
okay, yeah, interesting. So, and the last line there was the most indicative. You know, and these guys called themselves tolerant. Now get a load of this guy who has a Confederate flag, White Student Union, etc. His whole thing is, I don't want to be tolerant towards gays, blacks, minorities, etc. Right?
Foreigners.
Please, his
Right.
name is Commander Heimbach. You got to include the Jews.
Oh, and the Jews, of course, right? I don't know if he mentions it, but it's taken as a given.
He thinks it.
Yeah, okay. And then he's like, and you know, they won't be tolerant of my stated literal intolerance. Okay. And then he gets to call himself a victim. Right, by the way, last thing on Heimbach. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to throw anything at him, throw condoms. Okay. Just like, you know why? Like, hey, here's something you'll never use. Okay. Like, hey, how many girls you got in the White Student Union? Oh, right, none. Loser.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because mainly ignore him and then mock him for never getting laid. Okay, I'm giving it real. I'm giving you real advice on how to actually hurt the guy. Okay, psychologically.
You know
if you
what
care to. I mean, you shouldn't waste your time on it.
You know what makes it hard to get laid?
What?
Reeking of urine.